give Dylan your attention.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So today we're going to talk about stroke type and articulation of the timpani. So first we're going to talk about the two drastic sounds of the timpani, and basically the bad sounds of the timpani. No bad sounds. But we're going to talk about the sounds that we use the least in the timpani. So first, we can talk about the louder. And we describe that on our little diagram here, this arrow diagram, as forte, distorted, head in distress, or a barking and twang sound. So when we hit the timpani, there are sound waves coming from both sides of the drum head this way and on every axis. And if we hit it too hard, they will cancel out too fast on each other and cause a barking and twanging sound. So I'll try to demonstrate that for you. Did you hear that? That like twang right away?
Let's go middle of the range. Doing great.
All right, let's try that again. So there was a lot of bark in that sound. Now, if we wanted to change that to a nice full sound, round sound that we want to make sure that we're not playing with so much force in the head. And with that kind of stroke, we would start, it would be more of an upstroke out of the head, and we'd start high and end high. So it'd look a little bit like this. That's kind of bad. So there's no bark or twang in that sound. So do you guys all have this handout with the diagram and all the stuff like that? Alright, so now with mezzo forte, or we'll go right to piano. So on the other end of the spectrum with piano, it's very easy for the articulation of the timpani to get very unclear and inconsistent. So that sound is usually kind of called garbled sound or just waves sound. So, and that usually happens because we are playing in our sticks farther apart and we can't get a consistent articulation. So it sounds more like this. To make it more articulate at the piano level, we want to start with a downstroke and we want to start low and end lower. Yeah, like this. So can we have 3 or 4 people come up and demonstrate that?
Can you use the middle one? Can you use mezzo?
Yeah. So for when we're playing at a mezzo forte middle ground, we want to use a piston stroke that's very similar to what we do on marimba or marimba. And it'll look a lot like this. So you'll start at the mid-range, start high, and then end high. Very similar to marimba or snare drum, because on the timpani you do have a natural rebound on the drum. So we do also have to control that and really try not to get this barking sound. All right, so now can we have 3 or 4 different people come up on these 3 drums right here and demonstrate that? We can do we'll do piano first, and we'll just do quarter notes.
Sure, Vinny, come on over here. We can do 4.
Careful. All right, so we're just going to do quarter notes, and I want you guys to try to get that piano, muddies, garbled sound. I want you guys just to experiment with the different sounds. We'll go over different places in timpani and stroke types and stuff later. So let's try to get that piano, muddy, garbled sound. All right, we'll just start with quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now try to make it more articulate. So bring your sticks closer together, playing the same slide on the drum. Come a little bit further. I have that right here. There you go. Nice. All right, let's try doing the mezzo forte. Let's try doing piston stroke. So we're going to start at medium height, and we're going to end medium height. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right, let's go to forte. So now we're going to start high, we're going to end higher. We'll go a little slower too, so it'll be. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're getting forte sound, not mezzo forte. Yeah, there you go. Nice, nice. That sounds good. Good job, guys. Yeah. Sounded amazing. All right. So next, we're going to talk about legato and staccato sounds on the timpani. So when we are playing timpani or any drum percussion instrument, our issue is always how to create length. And on the timpani, it's actually fairly easy to create length because the drums are metal tubs and you have a very resonant head, and it just has its own length. It'll ring for a very long time. And so with our issue is actually more towards creating staccato sounds in the timpani. So, can we look at our articulation chart right on the page with the 18 on it?
Dylan, can you have an instrument where all that would be reversed, where you would be fine playing short kinds of things and be challenged to play long?
Snare drum.
There you go. Can you explain that a little bit?
Like snare drum?
No, what I mean by that.
So when you play snare drum, playing short is not an issue because it's very articulate and doesn't have a length. We usually play rolls, flams, or buzz rolls to create length on snare drum. On timpani, it's a natural long sound.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
So with the sound on timpani, it has to be connected, warm, wide, and full and promote resonance. The speed is actually slower with the stick, and it does a lot of natural rebound to the drum. And you have to act like the motion, act like the sound that you're playing. So the motion's got to be long and sustained. Constant motion is the biggest thing with legato. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, staccato is not connected. It's very short and snappy. like kind of similar to the piston stroke that we did in the mezzo forte sound. And it actually, it's very hard to stay consistent with staccato, because if you're too close, like if you're like diagonal with your sticks like this, the sound waves on the drum head can disconnect and distort the sound, like similar to how the forte sounds work. So, with that said, we have this 8-2 right below this chart.
Yeah, can you go over, did you demonstrate staccato yet? Or are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I was gonna like run like a couple bars from the 8-2.
Okay, sounds good.
So with the legato stroke, it was long and connected. So the first 2 bars of the articulation A2 would sound like this. F forte. Long connected in continuous motion. Now if we go to measure 4, at the mezzo forte where we have those 16th notes, we want to make sure our sticks are close together and that we're doing a short, snappy motion, like so. Alright. So can I have, actually, let's have everyone in the class play the 8-2.
You don't need to stand, you just need your balance.
Yep. And let's try to face the board. And if you could put the pedals in like a medium range as well.
Kind of do, see how Sierra and Rachel are set up so they can see the board, both of them. We got a drum here. Should be 2 on each drum.
Does anyone need balance?
That's it.
So, we're going to do something a little fun with this A2. We're going to have it going and around. Alright, so it's going to go Vinny, Jeremy, Michaela, Tyler, Corbin, Alex, and around like so. It's going to go to Melissa, Amanda, Rachel, and Sierra. We're just going to keep going. We can go in a long circle and keep repeating the A2. And we're going to try to connect our stroke type and our articulation type that we talked about in this lesson. So remember not to get that barking sound, and also remember to not cancel out the sound when you're playing short staccato.
Just to clarify, are we, like, it's a round, or you want us each to take?
We're each going to take a measure.
Okay.
Do we have to roll on the tied quarter notes?
No. Alright. So we'll take it about here.
Go up.
Yeah. Alright. You ready?
Are you okay with that?
Let's take it like, yeah, 96. We'll take it by here. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. So make sure that when we're playing the short staccato notes, that we're low and that we are at we're a little separated. All right, not like right on top of each other, but we can be a little separated. If we're right on top of each other, we'll cancel out the sound.
I'm sorry, can you clarify one more time? How many beats is each person playing?
A whole measure.
A whole measure. Okay, sorry, that was
Okay.
my mistake.
Actually, we'll start. Okay, so everyone will start with this.
What measure am I starting to be?
First, the first measure. Start over. All right. So that was actually half the speed of 1 yen to 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah. So let's try out that measure. Measure 5. And then we can keep going around and then finish out the 18.
So you're beating quarter notes?
Yeah, I'm beating
Okay,
quarters.
my bad.
And then we'll do the 18 one more time. All the way over. One measure per person. 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's nice. Little step here. Nice. Alright. That's all I have.
Can you play it for us?
Yes.
Okay, give Dylan a hand. All right. First thing, this is not Dylan specific. This has happened to a number of you that, well, first of all, when I think of how much you're going to teach in a half hour, I consider that it's like a full half hour. So not just Dylan, but a lot of you have had trouble with, okay, I did it, I'm kind of done, and it's 12 minutes. Okay, so think about when you're teaching beginning band. They don't put their instruments together and start it on the piece. That's what they do in the CSO. Okay? So what you need to do is kind of reset them with these reps and fundamentals every single time and keep making connections. So in your beginning band, out of an hour, I think at least 35, 40 minutes should be fundamentals. And then the last little bit should be the piece. Okay? Now with percussion, yes, we're trying to make all these connections with stroke and grip, from snare drum to marimba, all these things. But you get even less consistency through all these instruments. So you really need to take them slow through things and let them demonstrate it for them and let them try it over and over and over in a very slow way. So I think that's where a lot of you made the mistake, is all you did is kind of dump the material on the class, and then that was it. Okay, what I'd like to see, and you're going to get better at this in teaching, obviously, because you're going to have a whole hour to do it, whatever, with your beginning class, have them play it and get used to troubleshooting. Okay? I mean, that's part of teaching. That's a big part of teaching. Yes, knowing the knowledge and spitting the knowledge back to them is part of it, but that's not where the real artistry is in teaching, right? It's when the subjects out here the laboratory people, they start doing things, how do you react to that? You know what I mean? If they all come up and they have killer tone and they just go through this articulation, that's not going to happen. But then you'd be, okay, let's go on to something else. But that's definitely not going to happen. Okay? So always, I think of it as like a reset. Every day they come in, reset them on something. So it becomes habit and habit. And you have to, the younger they are, the more you have to hold their hand through that. Okay? All that stuff Mr. Kaminsky did when he was in for you guys, that's what a beginning band class would look like for like 40, 45 minutes. Okay, every single day. And then maybe you get to the piece. I had a great drumline instructor in college, and I remember, I may have said this to you guys before, that we played exercises and all different variations. He'd throw different stuff. Now try it off your left hand. Now swing the rhythm. Now move the diddle this way. And we're like, man, it's like a month before the gig. When are we going to get this music? Is he just lagging? And then we finally realized there's an art to that, the timing of when to give them the repertoire. Then we got the repertoire and pretty much read it down clean. We were like, oh, that's why. So the more fundamental base you have on this stuff, the repertoire will just be up a level when they read it. Okay? So what I think you should have done, I didn't want to stop you, is exactly what I did. Like, so everyone get their mounts and stand across from your timpani partner, or you do here. I want the first person to go 8 counts into the center of the head and 8 counts back. And I know you didn't know to do this because we were doing articulation, but this is what I did in timpani class a couple weeks ago. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next person. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to hear it on the drum. Let's try that, okay? You just use your right hand. Who's going first? Raise your hand. 1, 2, ready, go.